class. Or send me a text, email.
It's recording.
How you doing, guys? Just signing over here. Make sure the phone number and the email address is correct. And let me give you the roadmap here. Hey.
Okay, we have a lot of people with good skills, and don't worry if you don't have good skills with tools, because we are going to start from the bottom, no, Danny? We are going to start with the bottom. The first laboratory will be a nice laboratory. We are going to practice with hand tools, no, Danny?
Yeah, you see the hand skills. We're going to give you a little bit of hand skills. You guys break bolts. You want to use the same quick safe. That's fine. You screw up a bolt, you're going to fix it. You snap a bolt, drill it out, you're going to retap it. Once you figure how that works, you're not going to want to break any bolts.
Oh, that sucks.
Or damage any threads.
We are going to practice with files, with sandpaper, calipers, measurement tools. This is the laboratories for the next week, Wednesday and Thursday. Don't forget, Wednesday and Thursday, 7 a.m. We are going to start early. We can leave early, and it's better because early we have more parkings. All right?
Yeah. Now you'll be parking on the other side and be walking. So.
That's better.
And not only that, you save yourself on the traffic and then leaving before the traffic.
My friends, this is a unique program in South Florida. Pay attention to this. This is a program focused in mega yachts, in big boats. Okay? This is a program for engineers, not for technicians. I want to hear about you. What is the difference between a technician and an engineer?
What's the last word you said?
Engineer.
Engineers and technicians. What is the difference?
Technicians like big stuff.
The technician replaces parts, and the engineer
Solve problems.
solve it, diagnosis, and create. You want to be a successful engineer or Hialeah technician? No, Danny, no Hialeah technician.
You don't want to be the parts changer. You want to be the troubleshooter and the change the part is correct. Okay. You're going to start off as the parts changer. You're going to start off because you don't have the knowledge. The knowledge that we're going to give you here will give you a good foundation that you can do pretty decent troubleshooting compared to someone just off the street. But just like you said, you don't want to be the parts changer. You don't want to be the Hialeah technician. Good news takes forever to travel. Bad news travels real fast. Once you get that bad news on you, it kind of sticks to you. Okay? So it's important. Listen, guys. I look at it this way. The reason I've been successful in my business is because I treat people the way I want to be treated. I want a good quality job. I want to be told the truth, and that's it. And I take pride in what I do. If I do something, I want to be nice. You go to my reviews. I got a 5-star in my shop, and I've been open since 2002 because I care. If you're doing wiring, I want that wiring to look like perfect. Man, who did that wiring? That's leaving your mark on a boat. Okay? Do a shitty wiring. Who the hell did that wiring? It looks like a bird nest. And everybody's gonna say, man, who did that crap? Oh, real looking marine. I ain't going over there. It's really so that follows you. And so when you do something, you just do it right, everybody makes mistakes. I still make mistakes today. Just stand behind your mistakes. There's no problem, so I'll take care of it. I'll fix it. Sorry, I apologize, whatever, and move on. But you gotta stand by what you do and do a good job. Don't do half-ass. Say half-ass is you use the wrong tool for the wrong job. And put a bolt, which we're going to go over that in this class, and I use vice grips. I'm Mr. Vice Grips because I don't like to have tools, and I just use a vice grip to tighten bolts and loosen bolts. People see that. Not only that, it strips the bolts, it damages the bolts. Those are little things. The little details is what will kill you more than anything else.
That's correct.
So it's important that you listen to us. We're going to explain why. I'm going to tell you, don't do it this way. I'm not just going to tell you, don't do it this way because I don't want you to do it. I'm going to explain to you why I don't want you to do this, or why we want you to do it this way. So there's a reasoning for everything that we do. Okay? And like I said, every mistake you guys are going to make, we've already made. So we're just going to try to help you not make those mistakes and learn from our mistakes and get that knowledge. We'll give you a good foundation. I promise you, just like you said, 6 months from now, we'll ask you, how do you guys feel from now, from when you started, and you're going to blow your minds when you sit down and think about
correct.
it.
Why we are here together? Because we are the instructors all the time. If you check your roster class, in this class say Rodriguez, no? Professor Rodriguez. But we teach together. Okay?
It's better. I'm going to tell you why. Give me 1 second.
I am Lopez.
Lopez and Rodriguez. The reason is because there's a lot of students, so it's kind of hard to dedicate all my time to all of you. So by him and I working together with both classes, the first 2 hours he'll be with me, and the last 2 hours I'll be with him. That's why we had the classes separate. That way you have the ability, hey, if I'm helping him, you have a question, you could ask him. So it just gives you more ability to get more knowledge and have help and not have to wait.
At the beginning, the experience of Danny with the inboard gasoline, outboard gasoline, my experience with this, between Danny and me, we have a lot of years of experience in different areas. It's good for you. It's excellent. You have two excellent opinions, excellent points of view about the different topics. All right? For that reason, we work together. And the lab is with what instructor. That's good for you.
And there's some things that he does differently than I do. It doesn't matter how he does his and I do mine, as long as we do it right and we come up with the same result. Because there might be a way you might do something that I do differently, but you come up with the same results and it works good for you. You know, I learn sometimes new stuff from people that have no idea, just see it differently, and I've just been used to doing it this way. Okay. And you're gonna meet Glenn. Glenn's my old boss when I started this in the industry, and he's retired, and I'm still friends with him. He's the first mechanic shop that I worked for, and we've become friends.
And he will be in the majority of the labs.
He'll be in our labs, and he's retired now, and he just enjoys it. But I learned from him. Okay, and just like I told you,
He's a guy with 100 years of experience. Yeah. You can ask to him question. He's a great person.
Yeah.
Other instructor additional that you have.
Yeah, he'll come and help us. Yeah, he enjoys coming.
For that reason, it's together. If you check the videos, in the videos we are working together in the majority of the videos, and of course in the lab we are going to work professional. We are going to feel that this is a real boat. This is a real customer. Okay, this is. For Danny and me, the laboratory is the most important part of the class. In the laboratory, Danny and me, we analyze the people. And in 6 months, it's my promise, in 6 months, the majority of you are working in the marine industry.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're looking
not in 1 year, not in 2 years, in 6 months, my friends. When you finish the electrical courses, basic electricity, advanced electricity, electronics, the majority of the people start to work.
Most of them are already working before they graduate.
Yeah, of course. But the laboratory is important because Danny and me, we analyze the people. Okay, you are good in that area, you are good in this, and we recommend in different companies.
Yeah, we have companies constantly looking for you.
This is the idea. For that reason, we need that you be organized, clean professionals in all the labs, in the homeworks, in the quizzes. Be careful with the quizzes. You have the syllabus, no? Yeah. This is the syllabus. This is the recommendation day per day. What is the video today? What is the quiz tomorrow? Check the window of time. Because what happens if the window of time is closed? Yeah. Finito. Hi, Mr. Rodriguez, can you extend the window? No, that's not possible. The window was closed yesterday at 10 p.m.
The only difference I did differently now is like some end at 10. I ended at it because I'm not going to greet it till the next day, so till 11:59 p.m. So you have to 11:59 p.m. on most of the quizzes to the end of the day.
All right, that's important. Let me tell to you quickly the courses that we are going to cover in this program. The technical courses, because you have other vocational or English,
prerequisites and stuff.
Okay, but in this program with Danny and me, intro. This is this class. Each class is 4 weeks. 4 weeks. No? It's too fast. 4 weeks pass quickly.
A lot of information.
Intro. After that, basic electricity. Basic electricity is DC current, batteries. In basic electricity, we are going to cover a small boat. We are going to do the wiring of a small boat. Completely. My friends, we are going to study the boat from the transom to the pulpit. Completely. All the elements. all the equipment. At the end of this program, you know everything about the boats. All right?
And also the basic electric will show you how to use a multimeter and a power probe.
Instruments, everything. This is basic. Advanced electricity is AC current. Generators, inverters, shore power, AC. That's the second class. After that, we have electronics.
Oh.
Electronics. Electronics. Electronics is radar, GPS, transducers, all the electronic devices.
The NEMA network.
The certification. Now we are going to talk about the certification. This is the course number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. After that, we start with diesel 1. In diesel 1, we are going to disassemble one of those diesel engines completely on the ground, on the table. And you need to put them back and start again. Nice, no? This is diesel 1. In diesel 2 is troubleshoot. They have white smoke, black smoke, troubleshoot. And codes, the check engine lights, we are going to analyze in diesel 2 troubleshoot. After that, gasoline. After that, transmissions. Gasoline is inboards and outboards, gasoline engine. A lot of practice.
And we do a lot of troubleshooting. Like in the other classes, I would sabotage the motors. With the knowledge that you guys have, you should be able to troubleshoot and look for certain.
Correct. Transmissions. All the marine transmissions. Inboard transmission, gasoline and diesel. Outboard, outdrives. All the transmission. We are going to disassemble the transmission, check the transmission, analyze the transmission, think what happened, for what reason I have this or this or this situation. Troubleshooting. After that, auxiliary system. Auxiliary system is freshwater system, sanitation system, hydraulic systems, fire suppression system. Yeah, all of and water makers. Those auxiliary equipment. After that, air condition. Marine air condition. Corrosion. It's a critical course.
You'll be a chemist.
Yeah, chemistry. How many people know the periodic table?
By heart?
Okay. At the end of that class,
You will now.
Yeah, I know.
you will be a doctor in chemistry.
I just before you go on, you guys don't. Being in the marine industry, you have to know what corrosion you're dealing with to fix the problem. That's why it's important that you understand the periodic table. And we'll go more in detail on that. But that's to identify what corrosion that's happening in order to fix the problem. Because everybody blames everything on electrolysis. Electrolysis is not everything. It's just that's everybody's favorite word.
Yeah. This is a nice class. The life of the boat depends on the corrosion. If the corrosion advances, finito. If the corrosion is protected, your boat is in good condition. This is a nice course. And the last course is composite materials. We are going to do nice projects. We are going to fabricate the stringers, to repair the transom, to paint. No, that is a lot.
Yeah, the last class actually made that piece behind you where we put the two motors on. We're going to put transom assemblies on.
Yeah, it's a lot of fiberglass. Fiberglass, carbon fiber, yeah, different projects. This is the program. If you see, we are going to cover everything. But the fundamentals of this program is the electrical portion. For that reason, we put at the beginning the electrical classes, because in our opinion, is the most important part, is the fundamental. I have a student that called to me, "Hey, Mr. Lopez, I want to take the diesel class with you, but I don't like electricity. I don't like electronics." No, papi, it's not possible. No, I only need the diesel portion. No, because today the engines are perfect. The engines are excellent, good design. How many times you visit the dealer per year for mechanical problems in your engine, in your car? Never. If you visit the dealer, it's because you have a code in that sensor. It's because you have an electronic problem, but no mechanical problem. Yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
The mechanical part of the engine is perfect. The problem is electrical and electronic. For that reason, we need that you be clear with the electrical portion of this program. If you are a good electrician, you have 70% of the equation. If you are a good electrician, it's okay. All right, my friends. All right.
Yeah, just have a seat here. I'll give you the roadmap.
Good morning. Welcome. Go ahead. Okay. Pay attention to this. Those are the courses. At the end of each course, we are going to take the ABYC certification, the American Boat and Yacht
If
Council.
you're not on there, just write it on the bottom.
ABYC. What is ABYC? ABYC is similar to the FAA in aviation. You remember FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration? If an aviation technician want to be electrician, they need to take the FAA electrical certification. If they want to be expert in engines, turbines, they need the certification in turbines FAA. In marine, it's the same. It's not FAA, it's ABYC. ABYC have a electrical certification, gasoline certification, diesel certification, corrosion certification. Those are the certifications that you need to work in the marine industry. If you want to work in a company dedicated, this is the diploma, the certification that you receive when you be a member of ABYC. Yeah? We are going to explain later the procedure to be a member, and after that the procedure to take certification by certification. We have a great discount with the ABYC. Pay attention. Normally, the price for non-members of ABYC per each certification is around $1,200. For the Marine Broward College student is $150 or $170, something like this. But if you pass the first certification, we are going to give a voucher. And if you pass the next one, you have other voucher. And if you pass the next one, other voucher. If you fail one, no more vouchers.
Oh, wow.
But we prepare you for it. We really, really will prepare.
We are going to prepare. Nobody prepared the student like us for ABYC certification. We have the questions, we have everything, and we are going to solve it question by question with you here in class. At the end, you enter online and take the certificate. If you don't pass the certification, it's because you are an idiot. Yeah, sorry, you need to go to the Jackson Hospital mental department. I have a problem. Yeah, papi, you have all the questions in the pocket and you don't pass.
Class is realistic.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the way it is.
All right. Look at this. At the end of advanced electricity, we have the first ABYC certification, electrical certification. At the end of electronics, we are going to take other certification. It's the NMEA, NEMA. NMEA. Now I am going to explain what is the meaning of that. The NEMA 2000 certification. At the end of diesel 2, other ABYC certification, diesel certification. At the end of gasoline and transmission, other ABYC certification, gasoline certificate. At the end of auxiliary, other ABYC certification. At the end of corrosion, other ABYC certification. At the end of composite, other one, if you want. At the end of air condition, other ABYC certification. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can finish this program with 7 certifications in your pocket free. This is a gift, no?
Let me explain a little thing on the ABYC. ABYC gives us standards that they want, the marine industry wants. It's not enforced, but what happens, like old school mechanics like us, we didn't have ABYC, so we did it the way that we thought it was right and the safe way to do it. The ABYCs is kind of like now integrated in the new generation of mechanics, so you guys follow the correct. And the reason they've done it is because it's for safety reasons, the proper way to do it, fire hazards. So this kind of creates a regulation, not so much a regulation, but a knowledge to understand why we want it this way. So we're trying to embed this into the next generation. So the new grades of mechanics, as you guys start getting in the field, will apply that knowledge. Not like when I started, like, oh, this is what I was told. Just do it that way. Why? Well, you'll understand why now. Okay. So that ABYC is just to help you get you up to the standards, and you want to be in that standard. So that way you're always in compliance. Eventually, I think it's going to be a mandatory, but it's just not there yet because we're old school mechanics like us are still in the field, and that's another thing. You got to understand something. This field is a huge demand. Most well-blended mechanics or seasoned mechanics are between the age of 40 and up. There's a huge age gap between mechanics in the marine field, from young generation to the old school generation. So we're trying to fill up these gaps, and this is what we want to bring you up to speed. So you're not just coming and working in some shop and pick up some bad habits. We're teaching you the regulations that is done the correct way, and taking our experience using as old school mechanics and applying all that information together. So that way you can bridge that gap. That's what we want. We want you to bridge the gap. Me as a business owner, it's hard to find good mechanics. And the number one problem, common sense. Common sense is not as common as people think it is. You have to have common sense. If you don't have common sense, you're going to struggle.
Yeah, be careful with common sense.
Common sense is definitely probably number one. You got to look at something. By the time you're done with this course, not this particular, the whole course, you're going to look at things differently. You're going to be driving your car, you're going to smell, oh, this car's running rich, oh, man, this guy's burning coolant, or hey, I hear that noise, the thing's got a rattle, maybe your bearing's bad. I mean, you're going to pick up, your ears will be in tune, your nose, because you have tools that you already have. You got sight, smell, taste, you can hear things.
Those are the tools that we are going to use.
You're going to use those tools because, believe it or not, you open an engine compartment, I smell gas. Hey, man, we got a gas leak. There should be no gas valve. Or, man, I smell exhaust. Well, we get an exhaust leak. Oh, man, I'm burning coolant. You got a coolant leak. Or, man, I smell burnt like rubber, wiring. Doing compression, spark check, or checking on the motor, you see melted wires. That's your visual. Oh, man, even though I'm not doing that job wasn't really meant for me to do, but I see it. So that's like you go to a doctor. Doctor says, hey, he's fixing something and he sees a tumor here. You want him to tell you, right? Because basically we're doctors, just motor doctors, boat doctors, mechanic doctors. So when you see something, it's up to you, because if you don't say something, let's just say the guy's got melted wires. You just changed the water pump. Let's just say. You don't say nothing. He goes use the boat and the wiring shorts out, and you're the last guy who worked on the boat. But if you tell him, you say, hey man, as I'm doing this, on my visual inspection, I saw this. We need to address this. Yes or no? He says no. Write it on the work order, or have the service writer work on the order. He doesn't want to fix a problem. We found this during the process of removing the water pump, replacing the water pump. And then it's on him, because you never want to be that guy who was the last guy who worked on the boat when the boat broke down. Okay? So if you see something, you say it. Yeah. Let him decide, let the customer decide if they want to do it or not. It's up to them. You know, and we'll explain more in details.
Each day will be different. But like Danny said, we are going to use this and this and this and this. For that reason, in our labs, we prefer that you work without gloves.
No gloves.
Because we need that you touch the oil. Taste the oil. Smell the, yeah. That's the only, yeah.
See what the octane is.
No, that's the only way to know. Can you imagine trying to, with gloves and goggles and cover, try to repair the small springs in a carburetor? You can't? That's impossible. You need touch the spring. You need touch, smell the gasoline. Yes or no?
Is it hydraulic fluid? Is it oil? You have to distinguish. You know, that's your tools that you have naturally.
This is other correct. This is other question that we are going to solve it later. It's about the tools.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a wish list. I'll be giving you guys a wish list.
We have good tools, but we are going to explain in each class the tools that you need.
And by the end of this intro course, you should have tools for the next course. At least a certain amount. Especially now when we're going to the electrical, you need more on the electrical side, and as you progress, you'll get more tools. And I'll give you a wish list. I try to give you a part number so we make it easy. You can go to Amazon and do whatever. I did the hard leg work for you guys. Now you might find something cheaper, whatever you want to do. But
and we are going to explain what type of tool specific you need in this class. We are going to buy good tools No Mickey Mouse tools. If you bring Mickey Mouse tools, Danny and me will put on the garbage. Yeah.
Because you cause more problems with the crappy tools.
Especially in the electrical part. If you have
you crimp right.
a Mickey Mouse multimeter or bad crimper, you lose time. You damage the wire.
Or create a problem.
All right?
You make a connection, electrical connection. You use a cheap ass crimper.
The crimper of Walmart.
The vibration, it comes apart. How do you think that customer's going to feel? Man, you just fixed it. Now I'm out in the water and I'm stuck because you didn't use the right tool.
In the electrical project, we are going to do in a board the wiring of a boat completely. But when you finish the class, Danny and me, we check the terminals. And we cut it every
you mess up, we cut them, you have to start from scratch.
The next day, oh, who cut my project? Me.
just think of this. It's like we're talking about tools. Imagine going to the doctor's office. You want him to use the right tools, right? Oh, I'm going to use a butcher knife instead of the scalpel. You got to use the right tools. You really got to, because the right tools is going to make the job done right. You're only as good as your tools, because you can have a lot of knowledge. But if you use crappy tools, that's exactly where you're going to be as a crappy mechanic. You got to have the right tools, and you're going to see why they're having the right tools, because eventually you're going to be hourly mechanics. Eventually you want to be flat rate mechanics, and then you beat the time and you make more money. And then that comes way down the road. You have to be a well-experienced mechanic. But if you have the right tool to do the job, if I do a job that takes 3 hours and I can knock it out in an hour and a half, I just made 3 hours. But with the right tools. Understand? That takes time. You have to have a lot of experience. You have the right tools. I love tools.
It's a process. You don't need the tools right now, but Danny prepared a list of
wish list. I call it a wish list.
And we are going to share that information with you. And we have a good relation with the Snap-on, no?
Snap-on.
Yeah. Snap-on is 50% of discount for you. 50.
On certain tools, you gotta.
Yeah. In the electrical tools, it's 35%.
You got me excited. I wanted the toolbox.
Charge you 200% and give you.
In the toolboxes, is 50.
Oh shit!
That's
Okay.
good.
The tools I have on my list is not Snap-on.
Yeah.
Some of it is, some is not. I have Snap-on, I have Mac, I have Macco.
And we have Harbor Free in some cases.
Harbor Freight is the tool that someone wants to borrow your tool, you give him the Harbor Freight tool.
Yeah.
Or if you're working on the water and you're gonna lose it, you think you're gonna lose a tool, that's the tool, because if you drop $100-something wrench, you
no
want
problem.
to for it. You drop a $20 wrench, I don't want to.
What happens if you drop a Snap-on toolbox? Correct. Okay, this is the idea, but it's a process, no? It's a step by step. We are going to navigate together, Danny, you, and me together. And at the end of the year, the next year, you will be a doctor. How? Yeah, a doctor in boats. How you know that you are a doctor in boats? How you think that you are a doctor? In what moment you think I am a doctor?
When I get a lab coat.
You will be a doctor the day that you can solve problems by phone.
Feel confident. Your biggest problem that you guys will all have is since you don't have the knowledge, you're going to be questioning yourself.
Correct.
The moment you're, like he says, you're a doctor, is when you know without a doubt this is the way it needs to be done, and you're not doubting yourself. You're not questioning yourself. And here's the deal. Being in this trade, technology changes constantly.
Every
so
day.
That feeling will never go away because if something new comes out, you're like,
every
oh
day.
man, I gotta figure this out. You know, you have the foundation as a mechanic, but the technology changes, so electrical, whatever. But you're constantly going to be learning. I'm lucky because I'm a dealer for every Mercury Cruiser, so I'm always up to technology because I have no choice. I'm a dealer for it.
But he's a dealer of Mercury and Mercruiser. But you know about Yamaha?
I know whatever, as long as they're not the new stuff, I do Yamahas and everything. But as far as like the new technology, until I get my hands on it after the warranty, I won't.
Correct. But this is the idea. Mr. Lopez, the next week we are going to start this one. Oh, I want to be a Volvo. No, excuse me. This class is a generic class.
It's a foundation.
It's not about the Volvo. It's not about Cummins. It's about everything. After that, when you finish, you can start in Pantropic, in Florida Detroit Diesel, and you will be specialized in that particular manufacturer. but this class is generic. In this class, we explain the process to repair and diagnosis any type of gasoline and diesel. Doesn't matter if it's Volvo or Mercruiser, yeah? That's clear? And we are going to explain the procedure to do the diagnosis without the computer, without the scanner.
Yeah,
Only with this.
I'll bring my computer in so you guys can just see it, but problem is every company might have a different software, different program. So to us, you're better off troubleshooting. I'm going to explain why. Let's just say you go to a job, well, your laptop doesn't work anymore for whatever reason, or the battery's dead. So we can tell the customer, oh, I'm sorry, sir, I got to come back, my battery's dead. No, you should be able to still troubleshoot it without the laptop. Yeah, I want to do a drop-down test. Okay, you might not like the way I'm going to teach you how to do the drop-down test, but you pull spark plug out of each wire, out of each spark plug, that's doing a drop-down test. You don't need a laptop for that. You ain't making a shock, we're not going to kill you. But that means it's just part of the deal. And you guys are going to do that. I'm going to make you pull the spark plugs off so you can see what it feels like, just to see how it works, how you can do it without a laptop. The laptop makes it, remember, a laptop only gives you a direction. Laptop only detects electrical problems. It does not detect mechanical problems or fuel problems, unless it's an electrical short or an open circuit, stuff like that.
The sensor is a signal to indicate a problem. That's it. Okay?
I just want to explain something about our course. This course here, all our courses from now on, it's like a blended course. It's 50-50. Okay, it's really more than 50-50 because we do the conferences, we do 2 labs. It's 4 days a week. Okay. This was not like this before. It was strictly class. Okay. This is better. I'm going to tell you why. Because whatever I teach you in class, then the next class is going to be something different. With the videos, you can always go back to watch that video 100 times if you have to understand it. And then we have the conferences to go over. You can always go back because those videos are in your pocket. You can go back to them anytime you want, as many times as you want. So if, like, let's say, for instance, you watch these videos now and you're like, oh, there's a question. Well, that's what we have the conference for. Again, you might have a question that he doesn't want to ask, but you want to ask, you know, and so that's why we talk about it.
Exactly.
We can give you more information doing it this way than we can do it in the classroom. We had no choice but to modify this, but since we modified it, it's better than what the way it was. Because there's so much information we want to give you, it's impossible. We don't have enough time. We race against the time to give you this information. So by doing this at home, watching the videos, we can provide you more information than we would in the classroom. And the nice thing is, if you don't understand it, you can watch the video again. You can watch the video again. Because if he asked me a question from the last class when we were in the classroom, then I got to stop what I'm doing for this class to go back to what I was doing in the other class. That's why we do the conference.
For example, right now you have open the videos for chapter 1 and 2, something like this. Okay, try to keep the link of those videos. Copy the link, and you have the videos for the rest of your life for free. Okay? If the window is closed tomorrow, you have the link. Right?
The YouTube videos are the same one in the D2L?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but the D2L, you got to pay attention to D2L. The D2L has the quizzes, the times they're open and they're closed.
All right, guys. It's clear. It's clear that until this point you have questions, please.
Where would we get the video?
Excuse me.
The video? How would we get it?
You got to go to your D2L. In your Broward Colleges, you have the D2L that has that roadmap, has all the information there. You should already have an intro video as far as how this course is going to work out.
If you enter in the website of Broward College, in the right corner on top, you have the option of D2L. D2L. You make a click on D2L and you select your course. Oh, that's my course. You make a click on the course and you have the access. Yes or no, guys? Immediately you are inside of the course, you have the option to check the quizzes or to check the videos. Yeah, all the information is organized in the content. In the left side on top, content is organized day per day, the videos, the quizzes, everything. Mr. Lopez, come on. I want that you explain to them. He started the program 7 months ago?
May?
Yeah?
May, April?
How you feel 8 months ago in comparison with today in this business?
I mean, I work for a marine AC company. We manufacture the ACs. and just be able to understand the whys of everything is just amazing. Because once you're in the boat, you see like all this amazing equipment and everything, but once you start like understanding every single thing and why it's there and how it works, it's just amazing. Everything becomes more easy. And with the experience that he has, it's just, I mean, the tips, the experience that they have is just amazing because they, I mean, of course, they're going to teach you the basics and everything, but they're going to tell you as well, like, they're going to give you tips, they're going to give you their side of the perspective, like, they have, like, this is how ABYC do things, and this is how, I mean, we do things and everything, so it's just, it's amazing. It's not, the knowledge is just...
He started to work 3 months ago?
3 months ago.
When he was in the program 4 months.
Yeah. I was on, we were finishing this up.
Yeah. And he's working in a great company with good salaries. What about the ABYC? Difficult, the test?
No. It's not. It's pretty easy. I mean,
we solved the question together.
Exactly. You literally have the questions. And if you don't, I mean, if you feel that the test is like, I mean, you're a retard. You have something. That's what I was gonna say. Like, you need to go to, I don't know, like, you need to get some type of help because it's, yeah. Like, they literally give you
make it
answers.
easy.
Can you tell to them how important for Danny and me is the lab?
Oh, if you miss the labs, you miss a lot of things. Because on the videos, yeah, he goes into detail, more into detail about every single thing. But in the labs, that's when you get hands-on. And if you miss a lab, it's like, dang.
You miss a lot of information.
A lot.
There's a lot.
And Mr. Lopez, I mean, I'm Lopez too. My last name is Lopez too. He likes to speak a lot, and he repeats things, and like even on the videos he says a lot of things, but in class as well. So there's gonna be sometimes some quizzes that you're gonna get, and there's gonna be questions that they were not in the video,
You were in the lab.
or they were in the labs. So always like pay attention to him.
Yeah. And how explain to them how important is follow the videos in order according with the roadmap?
It's good because the way that he does it is that by the time that you guys are finished like watching the videos and everything, we come into here like and you already know what he's gonna talk about. Like for on the diesel class, when he's talking about the turbos and everything, like during that week, he's gonna according to the roadmap, he's gonna do the videos and everything. And once we come here on, they're gonna be here Thursday and Friday.
Yeah. Now it's Wednesday and Thursday.
For everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so Wednesday and Thursday. So days he's gonna start like he's not literally gonna be like, okay, where you guys are not. He's just gonna start talking about the things because you're supposed to be there already. So it's like it's
Yeah, because you
have to
come
be
with
on
that
top of it.
knowledge. You come with the knowledge already,
Right.
so you're not like coming in completely blind. You already have an idea, maybe not understanding it 100%, but that's what the lab's for.
Then you can ask the questions if you don't understand anything, and as well, like I mean, he's gonna start talking, and then, but you're like, oh, but Mr. Lopez, like we didn't go to this thing, and it's just you basically pull the class back.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then he has to repeat it
Can you
again.
tell to them the experience with the troubleshooting on engines here?
It's amazing. There is, where's this engine? Well, yeah, no, that was it. That
I
was
made him
me.
go in the other room
That
and
was
sabotage it. He says, all right, come back.
Yeah, I don't know where's that engine. I think it's this one.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah. But we have two engines that you can turn. I mean, you can set them on. And what they used to do is like they would just plug a wire or a sensor, and you have to like that's what they said. You have to go to the other room. They will sabotage it and everything, and they will do this well on the inputs. So it was like input and the output. So it's just
You need to identify what is the problem and solve it right now. Oh, it's cranking, no start. Okay. Oh, the sensor. I don't know. Nice, no?
and it's not, and on those moments it's not about like, oh my god, like I know so many things. It's just your senses. You listen to it. Like okay, it's cranking, but it's not starting up. It's not cranking, but you hear the relay just going to start, but it's not actually going into the cranking process. So it's just all those things. And it's the process always.
And how, Papi, can you explain to them how important is the electrical portion of this program?
It's once you understand electricity, you understand everything else. Because on a diesel, I mean, right now these diesel engines, everything is electronic. On the new ones, I mean, on the old ones, of course, you have a lot of more mechanical things, but on the new ones, everything is electronic. So once you start like understanding, you understand electricity, you basically can solve anything because inboards, outboards, on the as well. You guys are gonna take the NEMA certification.
What happens if you don't know electricity and you are working with air conditioning systems?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we run into, like, our problems, it's not even like the mechanical parts of the things. It's always electricity. It always has to do with a board, we're not getting power into here, a wire loose, a terminal. That's the most common thing, a loose terminal. They don't do the, you don't do the crimping well. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
What we say, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
an
a real
8x8.
example.
Yeah, and you guys are gonna rebuild the board. I mean, we did it as well, and you're gonna do a DC and an AC. So you're literally gonna wire like a small boat. You're gonna do the whole, the sensors. You're gonna do the
Everything.
sensors, the gauges, the
The
battery
instruments.
chargers, the batteries, everything. And they're gonna go like to every single one, just like this. Just literally pull them. So to see if you actually did it right.
What happens is they pull apart?
You have to do it again, and they will cut the wire. They will cut the wire, and then you have to redo it again. So yeah, lesson learned.
So you remember.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now it's like every time that I'm working on boats, it's always like I always wiggle everything to see if it's loose, and more on the batteries. That's it. Yeah.
Also, you recommend this program to other guys?
So even right now I'm a technician, but I work in the office too. So even the other day I was talking to one of our clients. I was like, hey man, like I would like to get like more knowledge into this thing. And I was like, yeah, Mr. Lopez. I was like, he on the online courses that you have his courses and you can pay for them. And as well, yeah, he works in Broward, but as well he has his courses on online as well, so you can basically do them. And I was like, just check him out. You're gonna get like so much knowledge because there's people out there that they just want to know about boats. On the last class, there was a guy. What's his name that he had a camera, right?
Kirsten. Kristen.
Yeah, he didn't basically needed the program.
No, he just wanted to
He was
do a
literally
sail
just
around
here.
the world, so he wanted
Exactly.
to have
He was
knowledge.
just here to learn about to be able to fix himself. He has a catamaran with his wife. They have money, and that was literally the only reason.
And the older lady, Jolie.
Jolie as well. Jolie as well.
Good reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
And
Like
we-
they were just here for that, and then the knowledge that they got is just amazing because, like I tell you, he has 20 plus years on this business, and it's just.
Thank you. Thank you.
You call him and then say, hey, Prophet, I got this problem. Okay, do this, and that. And so that's it. He's a doctor. That's what he says. Like you're gonna be able to become a doctor on boats. Like you don't even have to be in the boat to be able to solve a problem.
Yeah.
That once you start giving you like, oh, this is how it's acting up. This is what it's doing. Okay, so. And it's always a process of elimination. Danny always says,
Yeah, exactly.
go by the process of elimination. It's cranking, good. Is it getting fuel? Okay. Are you having electricity? It's always a process. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get you a skill set that you every time you get on a boat, you follow that sequence, it'll make the troubleshooting easier. That's something we'll teach you. That'll come with time. Like I said, these guys, they just like you. They started just like you guys, and like Alvaro said, you know, in 6 months, we'll ask you, how do you feel now? You're gonna think totally different than you think right now. You'll look at things differently. You'll see things differently.
Yeah.
That's
Of
normal.
course.
That's the whole idea. You know.
Yeah. Of course, in 6 months, probably there are 4 or 5 people that is the same like today, because they don't follow the videos, don't follow the recommendation, no work in the shop, no, and they are not working. But the majority of the people, all of your partners are working right now.
Yeah. Basically, all of our classmates, like right now, they're gonna come like in 10 minutes, I would say. And
They are
basically,
working.
all of us are working already. I mean, he got me the job that I have. It was because of him. It was on who referred me to the company.
Yeah, I worked in that company
Yeah, he worked
20
for us.
years ago.
You get what you put into it. If you really want it, it's there for the taking. It's just what you want.
In the lab,
Sorry.
we check the people. Hey, this is good for this, good for this, good for nothing.
You're the guy that's on the cell phone and while everybody else is working.
And you might not be good for electricity, but you might be good for. I mean, electricity is always going to be a part of it. So even if you're good or not, you have to learn it. That's the number one thing.
Yeah.
Because if you're good, like for example, you become good at electricity, but you don't actually like electricity, like you like engines, you like auxiliary systems, you like AC systems. You can you can dedicate only to one thing in the business, and you can make thousands. I always put the example of Fort Lauderdale propellers.
Yeah.
They're located on 84th. They just do propellers. That's
Only
one thing that
propeller.
they do. Those guys, I'm pretty sure they're manufacturing more than $1 million like in revenue. It's crazy. They're doing only propellers. So on the business, you can only dedicate to one thing, but having the knowledge of basically every single part of the boat, plus the licenses. I'm not saying that you're gonna get a job as a engineer like right away when you get out. Of course not. But just be able to understand every single thing. It's like, oh, okay, so this is what. And it's gonna help you. It has done it for me. Like when I'm in the office, I get calls and they're like, oh, you know, like we got this thing, we got this charging system. And it's just hope. Like if you put your heart and your mind into this program, you're gonna get it.
And also, the salaries in this business are.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Depend on you. No?
It depends on you. Like my dad, I used to work with my dad. He has an electrical company, and his rates they don't go below $120. And that's, I mean, of course, but it depends on your knowledge. It depends on your consistency, how good you work, how organized you are.
Jose started to work in the same company with other 3 students of the program, but he has higher salary in comparison with the other 2.
And one of them has already done the program. He has, right now I'm going to do the auxiliary systems AC, and then we're going to do composites and corrosion. I still have this semester and probably next semester that you guys are going to do as well, the welding and
The graduation.
and yeah, the welding. No, but you still have welding and
electrics.
and no
Internship.
There you go, that thing. On welding, guys. I didn't register for welding for this semester. They fill up like this. So as soon as I see the spot open, just register.
Register immediately.
Welding is a class that it happens only on Saturdays. It's from 8 to 1, and it's only one guy who do it, and that's it.
And the limit is
It's like 25, 30 people.
25 people.
Yeah, it's
Class goes
25.
up all the time.
Yeah. All the time.
So now I have to basically wait because I think he's gonna come in right now. He came already. I mean, like
Yeah,
he
we
registered
should.
for it. Like as soon as he came in, he was like, "Hey, the register, it's open." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it later." Now I have to wait.
Okay, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you very much. I will be there on the Friday.
no problem.
Okay.
Any questions for us so far at this point? Yeah.
So when we were signing up, or when I was signing up for the course, they told me that the course was from 8 to 1. So they scheduled me for ENC 1101 on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. to 3:15. So should I go drop
No,
that class?
the labs
It's,
Wednesday
it's
and
canceled.
Thursday,
Wednesdays and Thursdays. only.
7
They dropped the class.
7 a.m. to 11:12. Okay.
Yeah.
And the rest of the days is according with the roadmap. Forget that schedule
Right.
of
Yeah, I was just worried about my English class.
because you have
Yeah,
videos
the
on
English class
Saturday.
starts at what time?
2 p.m. on Tuesday.
And
You
that's
should,
here
uh,
in this campus or no?
It's here. on
You
South.
should
Oh,
check
it'll
it.
be fine because we're gonna be at most cases we'll be out of here by 11 o'clock.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So-
so the conferences are on Tuesday, right?
The conference is the conference is going to be till it starts at 2. So he has class. I see what he's saying for the conference.
We have 2 conferences. One conference at 2 to 3 p.m. by Zoom with you, and other at 3 to 4
but he has
p.m. with
class.
the other group.
He has class at 2 for the English class. He won't be able to make our.
You have to.
Yeah, it's-
Well, you know what? We record. We do recording on the conference, so you can always go back and see the recording.
Yeah.
We'll
We-
post it on D2L.
We love that you participate in the conference and also in the labs. For Danny and me,
You
this
just
is
got to
the
remind
most
us why you're not there. So I remember all you guys' names. But as long, like I said, as long as we communicate, I understand you have a class. It's
You
gonna
send
interfere.
a
You
message
send me an
later.
email or a text, and in that way, or on the WhatsApp. Everybody should be on the WhatsApp. If you're not on the WhatsApp, please let me know. What's up?
You said the certifications are easy, but what are the chances, like from the classes you've taught, that they all pass, like all the certifications, or like they pass all of them, like that?
Most people pass all of them. The only thing I would tell you is the composite one. I
When
wouldn't
you
waste my
finish
time
good
with
enough,
composite.
I will be
Composite
in the
one?
other. If you need
I wouldn't
books,
waste my time
I
on
will be
composite.
in the other side.
Your hardest one is probably going to be your corrosion. It's a hard because you really need to know the periodic table, and you'll understand that. Any other questions?
So Monday and Tuesday we don't come in.
No, you just you watch the videos. You already have videos already started up. So go to your D2Ls and you already have a quiz already lined up. So make sure you watch those videos. We're going to do Mondays and Tuesdays. We'll be home in a conference on Tuesday. Wednesdays and Thursdays we'll have lab from 7 to 11.
With the AC, is that like a refrigeration license and all
Yep,
that?
you're gonna get your license so you can buy the Freon and all that.
So if you already have that, like you already have all the licenses.
Yeah, we're gonna take. You still gotta take the courses. You wanna get that. Yeah. You don't, I mean, if you already had a license, you don't have to take that exam. For that, that's an additional. Like electronic, you have the NEMA. There's another one for the air conditioning. If you already have that, you don't have to take that one.
The ABYC, like, would it look different with employers?
Yeah, well, the ABYC again, it's telling the employer that you are certified to the new standards that they want you to understand.
So he says we start off with this book, but there's many more we're going to study.
Yes, there's a lot of books, and we'll every time we get a new start anew, we'll tell you the books that you need. Again, D2L and that roadmap is your key to understand. Pay attention to the what's up. We'll communicate. Either Alvaro or I will communicate to the what's up.
Do we get the book for free or we gotta pay?
You got to pay for the book. Alvaro, you can talk to Alvaro on the book, or you can get if you have the assistance for the college, and you get it to the bookstore because then the what do you call it?
How much is it? Like group chat?
I think it's like $50 or $60. You have to talk to Alvaro. We can talk to Alvaro before you leave. You can go see Alvaro. I don't know how much did you pay for the book.
I think the cheapest place is his website, $65.
Yeah, there you go, $65 at his website. But don't order from the website. Just get it from him. All right.
Don't get it at the bookstore.
He should have some before you leave. You should go see if you have the 65. He'll take the debit card or whatever. Any other questions?
So every lab starts at 7 or at 8?
7 a.m. Right here. Right here. This is the lab.
So Wednesdays, Thursdays, every week we're here.
Today is going to be pretty much, this was just an intro. Tomorrow we're not going to have lab, okay? I'm going to start setting things up because I got to get here at 6 in the morning and start preparing things for you guys. So this week's going to be an easy week. Just concentrate on the videos and get your quizzes done. Please follow the quizzes. Your timeline will shut off and I won't open it again.
So tomorrow are we coming here or not?
Nope. Tomorrow you're off. Next week, Wednesday and Thursday, we'll be here officially from 7 to 11.
So to refresh, D2L or D2L?
D2L is with the online.
You watch the videos and then there's a quiz.
And there's a quiz, and the quiz will have a time that it opens and a time that it ends. So you gotta make sure you follow that. Now, if you look at your roadmaps, some say till 10 p.m. I'm not gonna grade them till the next day, so I let it stay open till 11:59 p.m. Because some of you guys might work late, and so you can come home and do it late at night. And if you're ill or something, communicate to me. I understand. I'm an understanding person. But if you overslept or you just procrastinated, then I'm not gonna help you out.
Yeah, I take the train to get here in the earliest. I get up, it's like 5:20. So the train gets here around 7:20, and that's fine.
Okay.
That's my situation.
As long as you communicate to me, I understand. Okay? Anyways.
What if there's a week that there's an emergency, you have to be gone? Do you record the labs?
Yeah.
You can be
Kind
online.
of like what he's doing now.
My arm's tired, so I'm not gonna do this again.
Like what he's doing now is kind of like we'll do some recording on the labs. Not all the time, but
Okay.
sometimes we do. Try not to miss the labs. You miss out on a lot of the labs. Man. What was the other question?
So what is the Mondays and Tuesdays just the videos?
Videos.
So you don't even come in?
Nope. And then Tuesdays we do the conference, 2 o'clock.
So will the videos take the 5 hours? Or those
Videos take a long time. In the video, you might want to go back and watch the video again. You may not understand it the first time. This one here's the intro. It should be pretty easy. But when you do the diesel and the gasoline, you're in a case of diesel, will be fine. But the gasoline or the electric, you may want to watch those videos 2-3 times. Save those links. They're free to you. Everybody else pays for them. It's free to you guys. Save those links. You can always go back. That's what's nice about the videos instead of doing the classroom. And when by the time you do the labs, you'll be well prepared and understanding of what we're going to do. So you're not coming in here completely blindsided.
The only time you're actually going to be here is the 2 o'clock, well, the Zoom meeting.
Zoom meeting,
And then the lab.
and then Wednesdays and Thursdays, right? We'll be here. So it's a 50-50 course, okay? And it's better this way, trust me. You'll see as we progress why the videos comes in, because we can give you so much more information by doing the videos, and you can watch the videos 100 times to understand it. The Zoom is at 2 o'clock on Tuesdays.
I heard him say you guys have 2 conferences, or is it just...
Yeah, well, we have 2 conferences because I help him with the other class. Like he helps me with my class, I help him with our class. And the reason we do that because we can help there's two. It's easier to have two instructors to help a class than it is one. Because there's a lot of it for me to do just one. And the school doesn't really care, so we do it our way. And this is how we do it. Any other questions?
I heard the term master technician. How do you get that?
Master technician. So once you have your ABYC and you do your internship and you do your 200 hours, then you become a master technician.
Okay.
You have to have the experience. It's not just because let me tell you, if you don't have experience, that certificate is just as good as toilet paper. Because if you tell me I'm a master technician, this and that, and I say, all right, go do this job, you're gonna look at me like I got a third eye. Because you don't have the experience. So that's why I'm saying you have to have experience.
Is that 200 hours here at the school?
200 hours when you're working in the marine field.
Okay.
Not here. 200 hours out in the field, and I gotta talk to your boss. He's gotta write a letter. You gotta show proof. Yeah.
When can we do the internship?
The internship doesn't start until you have the internship course. That doesn't happen right away. And the hours don't kick in until you actually sign up for the intern. Okay? So it doesn't mean if you're working in the field now that those hours are already clocking in. It doesn't clock in until that course starts.
You were saying earlier that we need tools, right? So
Yes, I'm going to give you a wish list. So by next week, I will give you a handout of a wish list, or I'll send you the emails.
my question is, will we have tools when we're in the lab, or?
Yes, I'm going to provide you some tools. In the beginning, this is the intro course, so I'm going to provide you tools, but there's a tool list that you're going to need as the class progresses. You need to have your own electrical tools. You need to have your own mechanical tools. But this is as time goes, you'll get that. I'll give you a wish list. Snap-on's great. It's expensive. I don't have everything Snap-on. Okay? So I'll give you an idea. They use the expert tools. It's pretty good. They're like the low-grade tools, but they're good quality. That's the tools that I use. I have Snap-on on Mac and Mac O, and I don't use that. I use that expert tool. I'm happy. If I drop a little socket in the water, it was only like $10. If I drop a Snap-on socket, it's like $30. You go swimming for it. I don't want to swim. Some of those canals that I work in, I don't want to swim in those canals. I might come out with an extra limb. Any other questions? All right, so I just want to go over one last thing. It's really important. Your quizzes are 50% of your grade. So let me explain something to you. Not everybody is the book person. I'm not one. If I told you if I ever thought I was going to be a professor, I would tell you lying. I would never be a professor. But I am. Only because I'm giving something back that was given to me, and knowledge that I think that this industry needs. So this is my way, because I really don't need this job, but I do it because I really didn't think I'd enjoy teaching. But Alvaro's really helped me to get to this point to teach. And I like sharing my knowledge. And hopefully that it becomes successful for you as it did for me. Okay? So 50% of your quizzes, 50% of your grade. Your attendance to the conference in the labs is 20% of your grade. 40% between the lab and the conference and the Zooms. And your final is 10. If you do horribly on a quiz, don't worry about it. The only way you're going to fail this course is if you don't give a shit. If you came in here and you're just here just winging it, you're not going to make it. You show me that you're working hard and you're doing it. Maybe the book thing is not, but you understand the knowledge and you can actually apply it. That'll help you. Miss a quiz because whatever reason you either got sick or family member. Communicate. Communication is important to me. Communicate. I'm fine with it. I'm willing to work with you guys. I understand. You got kids. Hey man, my kid got sick. I got to go to school. I understand, dude. I got kids. Got a wife, got family, got my own job, got 2 jobs, 3 jobs now. When you guys will see as time goes, you'll take a field trip to my shop and I'll do like a barbecue. I do that every group. I'll throw a big barbecue, we'll come in the shop and I'll show you the boats that I'm building over there, the mechanical stuff that we do. I'll give you a kind of rundown and see what the shop's like. Okay? You guys are going to have fun. I promise you'll have fun. The labs are going to be probably the way you guys are going to do all the time. But you need to have that knowledge before you go live because then I got to teach you in the lab, and I don't want to teach you in the lab. I just want to reinforce what you learn in the videos in the conference in the lab. Because by you understanding, you already have a concept of understanding what you're doing. So when I explain it to you, it should all start clicking in. And then when you do it by hand, it all really clicks in. You guys are not going to be part changers. I'm going to teach you how to be troubleshooting. I do a lot of troubleshooting. Alvaro's more in the theoretical because I'm in the field still and I do a lot of hands-on. So with me and the gasoline transmissions, you're going to be tearing engines apart, tearing transmissions apart, gear cases, and you're going to learn how to use a torch because because the gear cases and the transmissions I bring are from my shop that don't come apart very easily. So you're going to learn how to use a torch. So I'm going to teach you how to use a torch in the intro. And when you break bolts, you're going to see why you don't want to use a Healy coil and you don't want to do tap and die. It's just a lot of work. These are things I'm going to teach you guys. I promise you guys that you guys will feel in 6 months from now you're going to be a totally different person. Between Alvaro and I, you guys have as much knowledge as you'll get anywhere else. And the nice thing is, because here's the deal, when you work for a shop, not everybody wants to share that knowledge with another technician because they're worried about their job. Well, here I got nothing to worry about. Here I want you to be the best. I want to see you guys out in the field. When I go to work at a marina and I see you guys working there, or a foreman of a marina, I can say, hey, Professor Rodrigo, Professor Lopez, hey, man, you know, I'm proud of you guys. I want to be proud of you guys. You know, I will be. Just work. Do it. I'm going to work you. I'm not going to be. And on the cell phone, let me tell you something about cell phones. It's probably the only thing that'll probably aggravate me. If you're on your cell phone, other than, because you'll need the cell phones for taking pictures when you disassemble things, I'm going to tell you, take pictures. I didn't have cell phones when I was taking shit apart. So now you have cell phones. So you can take pictures of certain things or document or videotape. I have no problem with it. If you're just chit-chatting and everybody else is working and you're just chit-chatting, I'm going to call you out right in front of everyone and embarrass you. Okay? Any other questions? We good? You ready to get started?
Yeah, in your experience, what pays the most starting? Like what?
Listen, my goal is to get you an entry-level mechanic. Okay? Entry-level mechanic should be between, probably in the very, very beginning with having very little experience, 15 to 20 bucks an hour. Okay? I want you to be able to do services. Like if someone wants to work for me, you got to be able to do services, bilge pump, basic electric. That's your entry level. Okay? And then once from there you progress. Okay? It just takes time. The electrical, really, like, the electrical is your biggest foundation of everything is electrical. If you don't understand electrical, you're going to struggle in everything. Gasoline has electrical. Diesel has electrical. Everything has evolved, and most of the problem is electrical. It's not really mechanical. Okay? And you'll understand the circuitry and how fuel injections, carburetor you're not going to see much. But we got to teach you to understand the carburation just so that if you happen to run into it, you do it. In my shop, I don't work on anything older than 2001. I'm done with that shit. I don't need to do that anymore. So I send that to someone else. But any other questions? You good? All right, man. We'll see you on the conference Tuesday, 2 o'clock. Yeah.
I look it up, but I just want you to explain it.
Yeah.
Outbound and inbound.
Say one more time.
Outboard.
Inboard, outboard. Okay.
Yeah.
So inboard is an engine inside the boat with a transmission with a prop shaft. Okay. Inboard, outboard is kind of like with that. You see that thing there? It'll have a transom assembly with an outdrive with a transmission on the outside. And an outboard obviously is just like you see is an outboard. You'll understand the differences. Okay. Yeah.
So if we get a 50% discount on Snap-on, and you're authorized Mercury dealer, do we get 50% discount from you on Torados?
I'll give you a discount. I don't know, 50%. I don't even get 50%. Any other questions?
Are we able to check out the boat?
Yeah, you guys want to take a little walk around? Yeah. Okay, so let's do this in here first. So obviously we have